You and Your Young Child, a program of information and services available for you and your child from prenatal to age 5. You and Your Young Child has been brought to you in part by Minor Family Dentistry and by the Sternberg Museum of Natural History. Minor Family Dentistry would like to bring you the following dental health tip. It's recommended to have a dental checkup no later than your child's first birthday. An adult should brush for a young child and monitor older children's brushing to ensure a good job is done. Flossing should start when teeth are touching. Minor Family Dentistry wishes you good dental health. Families, including children of all ages, are welcome. Minor Family Dentistry, 1010 Downing and Hayes. Find them in the Next Tech directory.
So, you think you have skeletons in your closet? Come to Sternberg Museum, where we let our skeletons out of the closet.
Hello, and welcome to You and Your Young Child, the program devoted to early childhood. My name is Dana Stanton, and I'm the coordinator of early childhood grants for USD 489 right here in Hayes. And with me today is Laurie Gerber. Good morning, Laurie.
Good morning.
Now, you drove all the way up here from Garden City to tell us about Families Together. So tell us a little bit about Families Together and what do you do there?
Okay, Families Together has been around for over 30 years, and we are on a government grant from the Department of Special Education. So we work with families who have a child with a disability or special needs, birth to 21, and if it's a medical need, it's birth to 26.
Okay.
And what our mission is to encourage and educate and empower parents to be the best possible advocates for their child with a disability.
Okay. So you're there just to support parents and help them through any questions or rough times for parents who have a child with a disability?
Yes, and we're actually a resource center. So not only do we do trainings, we also have resources that they can ask about, and we can try to find the answer for them.
So it sounds like a wonderful resource, and we've spoke before, so I know how important this is to families. Now, speaking of families, you have some really neat activities coming up, and she told me they're FEWs, and that means Family Enrichment Weekend. So what is a Family Enrichment Weekend?
Actually, that's how we got started as an agency, was Family Enrichment Weekends. A educator from KU saw a need. And those families wanted to talk to other families and see what they were doing and how they handled situations. And so she rented a Holiday Inn, and they got together for a whole weekend. Siblings got to play with siblings, kids got to play with kids, and the parents got to talk. And so anyway, that's our signature event, is a Family Enrichment Weekend, and we have some coming up. We have a Spanish one in October in Salina, and the one in Garden City is in February, and we'll have a couple more around the state, but they haven't been scheduled yet.
Now, you talk about people getting together and talking. Are there specific topics, or does everybody is it just real general? What kind of things would you talk about?
Okay, we talk about special education, the laws. We talk about how to be an effective advocate for your child. And then the parents, when they register, they can request special topics. And we see what the hot topic is, and then we build our program from that.
Who can attend? Is there some sort of qualifier, or who are they open to?
They are open to any family who has a child in school or an early ed program. And if they're on an IFSP, which is an individualized family education program, or a IEP, which is an individualized education program, if they're on that, they can attend. Or if they think their child has a disability and may need to go through an evaluation process, they can also attend. Can be parents, can be foster parents, can be grandparents, and it's the whole immediate family.
I was going to ask, what about siblings?
Yes, siblings. And what we do is we find a place, usually a hotel, and if they're 50 miles or more from the location, then we provide them a hotel room. And we pay for all the food and drink while they're there. And we do workshops for the families, the parents or adults that are attending. And then the kids, we break up into age groups, and we do age-appropriate activities. And to help the kids do that, we find companions from the local high school or college, and they come in and they work with the kids while parents are learning and networking, and it's a great time.
So the kids get to do something fun. The parents are getting the support they need, so it's kind of an activity for the whole family.
Yes. And it's really neat, especially when the dads attend, and see them realize how much they can do for their kids, how much is out there, and that there's other parents going through the same, not exactly the same challenges, but a lot of the same things. And they know they're not alone, and that is so important, because sometimes we have really good supports at home, but sometimes our families really don't understand the disabilities. And so it's really nice to talk to somebody who does.
And I can attest to that on a personal level, that sometimes talking to someone who's been there, done that is very helpful and helps you kind of keep going when things get rough. Now, you mentioned about cost and things like that. Does it cost anything for families to register?
No, all they have to do is contact our office, or whichever office is putting it on. The Garden City and Wichita office put one on together. We have 4 offices in the state, and Topeka and Kansas City work together to put theirs on. Garden City covers the 46 western counties of Kansas, so we're very rural. And our 800 number is 1-888-820-6364. If you're in Garden City, it's 620-276-6364. And you can go on our website, which is www.familiestogether.org.
Okay. Now, tell me some of the specific dates and places where these are going to be.
We have a Spanish enrichment weekend scheduled for October 11th and 12th in Salina, and all of the material will be presented to the parents in Spanish. Okay. So that's a real nice perk for them. All our other conferences, we have interpreters. Okay. And then in February 14th and 15th, we're going to have the one in English in Garden City. So, but you can go ahead and contact the office, and we can go ahead and get you on our list, because we already have a list. They fill up really fast. I encourage the early education parents to go ahead and sign up, especially if their child's getting ready to turn 3 within a year, because the special education program from the 3 to 21 is a little bit different than what you're used to. 0 to 3. And so you really need to be aware and be educated so you can be a full partner in that process.
Now, people do have to register, so they just couldn't show up. So they do need to contact one of the offices.
Yes. The reason why you need to register is because we're taking care of your children, and we need to be able to know what your concerns are, what their needs are, so that we can match them with people who have those abilities. And so it's a pretty neat process, but we have to be able to be prepared for that so we can take the best possible care of your children. We have to be able to have rooms that are appropriate for your family. We also need to make sure meals, because some people have special dietary needs. We have to have all that done before we get there.
And that would be very comforting for a parent to know that their children would be taken care of appropriately.
Yes, we want to take care of your kids just like we want to take care of ours.
Thank you so much. Wonderful information. And what was that phone number again to contact you?
It's 1-888-820-6364.
Thank you so much for being with us today, Laurie.
Thanks for having me.
You've been watching You and Your Young Child, the program devoted to early childhood. Parents, remember, you are your child's first and best teacher. Thank you.
Thanks for watching You and Your Young Child, a program of information and services available for you and your child from prenatal to age 5. You can watch the program weekdays in the noon and 9 o'clock hours. You and Your Young Child has been brought to you in part by Minor Family Dentistry and by the Sternberg Museum of Natural History.